Hello and welcome to your Tuesday Tips Live here from the Digital DJ Tips HQ in not so sunny Gibraltar. So we've got a mobile DJ tip for you this week. We're doing a lot of work right now on some mobile DJ training that's forthcoming. And so we've had our heads really deep in the mobile DJ world. Some of you might have seen the mobile DJ blueprint survey that we did recently. 7,000 DJs took that. I've spoken to loads of these guys and girls. And there's one thing that's come up a few times, hopefully not for you, and certainly not a lot, but enough for me to want to mention it on a Tuesday tip. And it's something that mobile DJs, some of them boast about, and they really shouldn't. So I want to put this one to bed today. And if you're tempted to do this, I want to kind of persuade you not to. So this is what it is. Mobile DJs should never, ever boast about the size of their record collection. You thought I was going to say something else then, didn't you? Look, don't do it, guys and girls. Do not boast about how many tunes you've got. How many? It used to be, tens of thousands of records. Now it tends to be, I've got 7 terabytes of music. Everyone knows you nicked it. Everyone knows you've not listened to half of it, and no one cares anymore. In the old days, it was kind of important. I mean, look at this picture. This is kind of like what my record collection looked like when I started mobile DJing back in the early 80s, way before I got into clubbing and the club scene and all that. And they were expensive. These physical 7-inch singles, like they were back then, they kind of cost a lot of money, right? And because they cost a lot of money, we were quite proud of having them. And also because some DJs kind of blagged it with 50 tracks, 50 records, which is enough to play for 3 or 4 hours after all, they could never play people's requests because they only had 50 records. So we had a few hundred. We were quite proud of the fact that generally we could play what everyone had and everyone wanted. But times have changed. Times have changed absolutely ridiculously. Let's go back to my pictures here and let's move forward to this one. I saw this recently. Have you seen this as well? The recent Apple ad, 40 million songs on your wrist. Just think about that for a second. 40 million songs on your wrist. Now, my question to you is, if Tim Cook can stand there on a stage and say 40 million songs on your wrist, and by the way, if you're a data person, let's just have a look at this next picture. Look at this, like the top services here. They've got hundreds of millions of songs between them. And these are hundreds of millions of songs that anyone can subscribe to. There's 50 million subscribers to Spotify. I noticed they announced recently. So that's 50 million people who've got every song in the world, basically. So it's just not cool anymore to say you've got loads and loads of music. No one cares. It's passé. It's a bit naff. The truth is that nowadays it's all about curation. It's all about, why do you think compilation albums are so popular? It's still popular, and the modern compilation album is of course the curated playlists. Why do you think the playlists that your streaming services give you once a week or that you see on Apple are so popular? Actually, after this Facebook Live, I'm going straight to a local business who have consulted with me to help them put playlists into their restaurant because they can't do it. They can't, they've got all the world's music there, but they can't get the music right. They're playing Christmas songs in May and all this stuff. So I'm going to go and help them. It's all about curation nowadays. But the thing is, with DJing, it always has been. It's always been about playing the right song for the people in front of you right now. You are a curator. You're a gatekeeper. You're sat there. Do you know there's 40 million songs on Spotify? Sorry. Yeah, there's about 40 million. There's about 4 million that have never been played. 4 million songs. That's the population of Wales that have never been played, not once. You are the gatekeeper between 40 million tunes, 4 million of which have never been played, and probably 30 million aren't that good, and the 100 best tunes to play for the people in front of you tonight. That's what you should be convincing people you can do as a mobile DJ, not bleating on about the size of your collection. It's not cool anymore. No one wants to look under the bonnet and see how it all works. Just like a couple of weeks ago we were talking about, don't go on about how many watts your amplifier has got or how flashy your lights are. It's the same thing. People want to know that you are passionate, you understand what you're doing, you're going to do a good job of their party because it's their party, right? And they want people to say to them afterwards, you've done a great job. But they're not interested in the amount of music that you've got. So don't put it on your websites. Don't talk about it when you're trying to get bookings. Just avoid that and try and get that other stuff across, that passion and that curation, the fact that you know what to play and you know what's going to give people a good time. Because nowadays, it's far, far more important. Okay, that was your Tuesday tip today. As usual, just I'd like to say hello to a few people who have popped up and said hi to Ben and Mr. Candy and Jeremiah and Denver Black Lodge and Lauren and Darren and Leandro and Beer Matt. Nice to see you here, Marco. And lots of other people just saying, like you saying, I love mobile DJing. It's awesome. It's a great thing. Someone said you need more post-it notes. That is, they're modules for a forthcoming course. I wanted to say here at the end, please, if you're interested in sharing your opinions, do so below. If you found this rant interesting or funny or just annoying, share it with your friends and tell them why. And if you're interested in the mobile DJ training stuff that we've got coming up, there's lots going to be going on here on Facebook and on the website. I've given you a link to subscribe and we'll be keeping you in touch with that as well. I think we've had our 5 minutes and I've got to go and give some music advice to that business around the corner. So I'm going to get out of here now and I'll see you next week for another Tuesday tip.